Hello, everybody. My name is Phil, and together with Camilo, Dan, and John, we are the Game Pack. Welcome to the 45th episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Today, we're going to be talking about Google Stadia changing up their strategy. The PS5 controller was finally revealed. The ESRB has a new label for when a game has loot boxes in it. And there's been rumors circulating about Resident Evil 4 getting the remake treatment. And as always, we're going to round out the show with this week's new releases and what we've been playing. All right, let's jump straight into our first story. Google Stadia goes free. So the unpaid version of Google Stadia recently released, and if you signed up for it, you would get Stadia Pro free for 2 months. You get access to the 9 games, including Grid, Destiny 2, and I wanted to get through that without laughing. I'm sorry, everybody.
There's more than 9 games. These are the 9 free games.
All right,
I hope PS5 has more than 9 games.
These are 9. These are just 3 of the 9 free games. Okay, so Grid, Destiny 2, and the acclaimed music rhythm game Thumper. Which those are pretty decent games if you don't have them or the means to play them anywhere else. I like to always forget that like not everyone has every video game system. So like Stadia is an option for people who need like, you know.
And Destiny 2 is it's still getting updates. Like it still gets DLC and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's still a popular game. People love Destiny.
Yeah.
It's got a big following. Okay, so I guess my first question is for you guys. Are you going to try this free trial? There's nothing to lose. You get 2 free months of Stadia Pro. Why would you try it, or why not?
I am not going to try it because I don't want to install the extra... well, actually, it's not going to be extra. It's just Chrome browser. But, like, I don't want to use the extra bandwidth is the main reason why I'm not going to try it.
Oh, that's true.
It's just so much bandwidth, and I stream a lot, so I'm always near that cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I get that. What about you, Camilo?
I don't think so, because with those crazy 9 games, nothing really interests me, so I don't think it's worth my time.
Yeah. John?
Well, I've already tried it. And,
that's right.
Honestly, it's not for us.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for people that have other consoles or all like this huge backlog of games or can afford to buy new games all the time. Because like right now, people are tight with cash. Yeah. So this is
the unemployment rate is insane.
Yeah, it's like 1 in 10. 1 in 10 workers is unemployed, which is crazy. So, like, if you want to have access to gaming, I mean, I guess being unemployed and having good internet might not be, like, the best. Might not actually be able to. Yeah. They don't correlate, I guess.
Yeah, those two things might not exist together.
Yeah. So.
But if they do, maybe check it out. Like, I feel like every time we talk about Stadia, we just crap all over it. And I think that just for today, just because I think we all are dealing with enough in our daily lives, just having our lives being completely uplifted and shifted, that like, you know, if you're looking for gaming, check out Stadia, guys. Like, why not? Like, that's my take. Is I'm not gonna do it because I have a crazy backlog. I literally, right before I sat down to film this, was like trying to figure out what order I'm gonna like go through my backlog, texting my brother because he's like a Final Fantasy expert. And I'm just like, hey man, so like which order do you play these in? Because I have them all. And it's like, that's a zillion hours of video games. Yeah. So
it's not really an order. You just pick a number and play.
Yeah, and they're all kind of separate anyway, right? Yeah. They have different stories, different characters.
There's ones like you should maybe start with because like they're more representative of the whole series, but you could really play any of them.
Yeah. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Let's see. So John has tried it. I'm probably not going to try it. I just say try it. Like, why not? Like, I'm not gonna give a recommendation to say don't try it. Yeah. I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna try it because I don't think it's worth my time.
The one thing they tout that you don't need a console to play this, but you do need like a controller. Like you need something.
Can you play it like Thumper on a keyboard?
Oh yeah, I think you do mouse and keyboard. That's true, mouse and keyboard. So then you would still need a,
or touch controls on an iPhone 5.
It's actually not on iPhone.
Oh, it's only on Android?
Yeah, it's only on Android.
God, I want them to stop fighting. Like the whole all the console wars, the mega Amazon versus Apple versus it's like, you know what, guys? Just you all sell the same stuff. Like, stop it. All right, so let's move on to our second question. Do you think this will add some good faith for Stadia, or do you think that it's already got one foot in the grave?
I feel like we talk about this every time. I think it's a little too late.
I think it's a good move, but
especially during these trying times, because people are looking for entertainment and escapism. Because for some people, they've just got four walls and a roof, and they're not leaving. They're not allowed to leave. Like, I know different states, different cities have different ordinances in place. Yeah. Like some people, it's like, if you're not going to the hospital, stay in your house. Like, that's kind of where we're at. I mean, groceries or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like, so it's a good time to be like, I used to like games. Like, maybe I'll try it. So maybe it is adding some good faith. Like, people will be like, Google's trying to provide this service for people for free. So that's actually some good PR for them.
Yeah, I definitely don't fault what they're trying to do at this point, but they really should have had a better game plan going in. And a lot of people at this point have already fallen into the Netflix binge instead of video games. So I don't know how many people they're really going to pull away from what's already been established for the lockdown places. I have my doubts that it's going to make much of a dent.
I think this is related.
This definitely lets you actually try and play a game before you want to go buy one of their games.
Yeah. That's true. Well, I was gonna say people have settled into the Netflix things, but I've been on calls with people because I'm still trying to communicate with human beings. They're like, I want to play video games now that I'm stuck, but I can't get my hands on a Switch. There's those stories. So okay, well, if you can't get your hands on a Switch, maybe try Stadia. Are there any? They demoed Assassin's Creed? Why isn't Assassin's Creed on this list?
Yeah, I don't. No, it is, but you have to pay for it.
It's not free. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
free.
there's games that you have to pay for.
These are the included games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like your, PlayStation Plus or your Xbox Games of Gold or whatever.
Yeah,
it's the games that you get for being a subscriber to their service.
Oh, and weren't we talking about this before? Aren't they $60?
They're full price.
You could go to a store and buy them for way cheaper.
Yeah, they're full price.
Yeah, and then depending on your situation and your internet connection and all these different factors, you might end up spending full price for a game that's 10 years old, and it won't even run very well.
Yeah.
So it's really tricky.
I haven't purchased a game on there yet. I've only been playing these Stadia Pro games. But I was tempted to maybe check out the sales because I want to know what some of these games look like and run in 4K.
Yeah, I'm curious. I've got 4K monitors, I've got Chrome, I've got controllers. Maybe just to know.
Yeah. But I don't want to spend $60 on a game that came out 5 years ago,
No, definitely not.
You gotta try for science.
For science, I gotta try for science. I'll do it. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get Stadia and I'm gonna play Thumper because if I can do this and play Thumper for free, I'm down.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free, so I'm gonna do it. Guys, we
did it. We sold somebody on Stadia today. Pretty proud.
Let us know how it goes.
I know. I'm just really curious to try out the experience because I've got the speeds. I've got everything. I might as well try it. Yeah. I have the best.
Yeah, you're the
read for
ideal
it.
candidate.
Yeah.
But you're not the audience.
No.
Are we going to see a thumper through Google Stadia review on the Game Pack soon?
Maybe.
Hey,
yeah.
it might get pushed out more on YouTube.
Why not? I'll make that. I don't care. Just like, how do I capture my browser? I think I gotta figure that out. Because just screen cap
display capture.
Yeah,
Display capture, yeah.
All right. Well, that solves that problem. All right. Anything else about? I mean, we could talk about Stadia some more, but I kind of.
No, we're good.
I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, I did stream Destiny 2, like when it came out.
On Stadia.
So it worked fine by streaming. Like I was streaming it and playing it, and there was no latency issues. Is
that game cross-platform?
I think so. I know it was supposed to be.
Because I'd be curious about like Arena and stuff, and like how the latency would affect multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was, but maybe not.
I don't know. Something for researching at a later date. Coolio. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna review Thumper on the Game Pack, guys. So look forward to that. It's gonna be a very half-arsed review.
You got 2 months.
Yeah. You know, how old is Thumper?
That's a couple years. It's a few years.
Yeah, like it definitely is not new.
It just came to the Switch though.
Interesting.
Like a couple months ago.
That is reason enough. All right, let's move on to talk about something that I think we all want to talk about a little bit more, which is that the PlayStation 5 controller was revealed, and we have thoughts. It's on the screen now. Bam, because I put it there. I'm editing this week. So the PlayStation 5's controller has been revealed. It's called a DualSense now. If you didn't know, like, everything like after the first PlayStation controller, I think as soon as they added Rumble, right? Yeah. They started calling it the DualShock. So it was DualShock 1, 2, 3, and 4 for PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now this is called the DualSense, or is it called the DualSense 5?
No, it's just DualSense.
It's just DualSense.
Okay. So it's the DualSense. It's the first in the DualSense line because it's got like haptic feedback and what was the trigger thing? Is that what the trigger thing is called?
Yeah, I think that is haptic feedback.
So like that's the thing I'm like the most interested in, is that when you pull the trigger, like it's supposed to give you resistance, like depending on what item you're using in the game or what you're trying to do, and like that sounds really cool to me.
Yeah,
like that,
I mean,
like
it could be like the Xbox One. Those triggers have like rumble. They have like special rumble in them.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like that, and that's just a gimmick. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, to me, the triggers sound like a gimmick as well. Like even like back on the GameCube, they had like pressure sensitive triggers where the more you pull it down, the more it activates on screen.
Yeah, but that totally worked.
Yeah, it worked for Mario Sunshine.
Great.
It did work, but most developers didn't do anything with it, and I much preferred to like I didn't miss it on the future systems.
I mean, that's how the DualShock 4 is too. Like nobody uses that button in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, how do you guys feel about the new design?
I can't stand that they made the stinking button bigger. I am holding my PS4 controller. This button gets accidentally pressed instead of this button here, the options button, so frequently because my finger slides right past it and hits this. Oh, I hate this button.
I don't think I've ever. I don't hit that accidentally though. It's kind of big.
I hit it when I'm like setting my controller down. It's like because it's just like a huge thing, and it's like okay, like I'll just set it down, and then like my thumb presses it in. I'm like, well, okay, now I'm looking at like the map of something, or what was it in Horizon Zero Dawn? Doesn't it just like bring up that weird view? Am I wrong? I haven't played that game in a while.
But if you like, pause the game does something else when you push that. Usually it's like you push start or you push the pad.
It's not start anymore.
Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. Can we all, now that we've moved into the modern era and start to select like don't really apply anymore, like can we agree across all platforms buttons? because
Please.
there's new buttons. If you look on the left and the right hand side of the monster stupid button, there's like a button. I think it has 3 lines above it, and
That's the
I think,
share
share. That's
the
share.
No, it's called create now.
See,
So-
why? Why is it called create now and not share? What's the, like that doesn't make any actual difference. Like, I'm gonna create a YouTube clip.
Maybe that's what. Maybe you have
share.
more
there's
editing
more
features.
I think there's like more options with sharing now. Like that's why they did that. Like you
Yeah.
probably edit like clips and stuff.
You could edit clips. In...
Poorly though, in that
Like
you view or whatever the heck they called it.
My first YouTube video on the Phil Phantastic channel is something I did like on one of my consoles and shared it with the share button, and it's me being killed by the xenomorph and aliens. It's unlisted now.
You could like post like I remember you post Mario Kart 8 clips to YouTube like straight.
Oh
from the
yeah,
video.
I
did
remember that.
yeah,
It
and
was
to
like
be
30
fair,
seconds.
Yeah.
to be fair, Switch controller has similar features, and I don't mind them. I think, like, for me, like, if I'm playing only that system, I'll get used to it. It doesn't matter all that much what buttons are there, but where the buttons are and how big they are matters a lot.
Sure.
And switching between consoles is really what screws me up, personally.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially since the forward button and the back button, like the X and the O, the forward and back, they're swapped. On PlayStation does it one way, and
it's been like
Nintendo
that
does
for
it the other
years.
way. It's been like that for years,
Yeah.
but come on, consensus,
It is
people.
it is confusing. Like until
It's
you
so-
get used to it again.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it's so frustrating. I've actually been playing games for some reason that have QTEs in them on multiple systems that I'm playing. Because I think Detroit Become Human has QTEs in it.
Yeah.
And then also I've been playing Xenoblade 2, which also has QTEs in it. And then you're just like, okay, this is confusing. But like that's not so but going back and forth between PlayStation and Switch, I think is not as bad because the only one that
Yeah.
repeats is Cross or X.
Yeah.
The problem with me is when you go from Xbox to Switch,
Yeah.
because
if I pick up
A
an Xbox
and B
controller, I'm screwed.
and X and Y are inversed.
Yeah. They're,
Ugh.
yeah.
Crazy.
And the B button on the Switch is like the back button,
Yeah,
but that's where the A button is on the Xbox. That
Yeah,
confirms
like
everything.
the confirm and cancel
So
buttons
I
are
was
swapped.
I was playing.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
playing Resident Evil 3 on Xbox, and then I switched to Animal Crossing on the Switch, and the back button on the Xbox is the map, and that's like the quit feature in Animal Crossing. I kept
the
clicking it.
minus.
Yeah, I kept clicking on it, and it's like, do you want to end? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I just want
So
my map.
one good thing about the design, I will say I like the form factor and how it looks like it'll feel in the hands a little
Yeah.
better.
It looks like it's a hybrid of all of the controllers put
Modern
together, like
controllers, yeah.
Xbox, Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks.
It looks like it's gonna be a beefcake, and and I say this all the time. My favorite controller is the Xbox One Scorpio controller because
Oh,
it's
it is
like
so good.
it is so beefy, and then it's got those nice little grippy pores on them. So like I'm hoping that like because they didn't show the back of it, they didn't show
Have
the
you-
back or the bottom.
Have you ever played the original Xbox, the Duke controller?
Oh yeah, the Duke, the thing that you have to put in your lap because it's as big as a keyboard.
Yeah. What did you think of that one?
That's gonna
I mean,
work on the Xbox.
Duke was
Series
okay,
X.
but I mean they ended up revising it, and that's the one I ended up having more of. I think I had 2
Okay.
of like the Duke Minis or whatever they were called.
I just hope this thing has weight because the DualShock 4 does not have like any weight to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just doesn't feel that. It feels cheap.
I'm
I don't
hoping
mind the
that
weight.
since the light is moved and they look smaller, I'm hoping that the battery life is longer.
Yeah, they had some weird quote saying that they have no idea how long it will last.
What does that even mean? Are
I
they
don't
not
know.
using it?
It was something like you'll get a good play time from it, but it was just a very generic.
What does that
answer.
even mean?
I don't know.
They're all the developers are making their games with just like Xbox controllers on the PC. That's why they don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
That's true.
like,
Yeah. I really like speaking of lights, I really like how the Switch Pro controller does it, where there's just a tiny little light. There are 4 indicator lights for player 1, 2, 3, and 4, like facing you on the bottom side, so that you can see them, but they're not shining up into your face. I am hesitant as to whether or not the lights will be distracting, because I don't like seeing lights on my controller when I'm playing a game.
And normally, like when I'm not streaming, I play with like no lights on besides the screen and
Same.
the controller.
I like
And
to
the
be very
Xbox-
immersed.
The Xbox like button is super bright, and then so is the DualShock LED thing.
Yeah.
It's very distracting.
So in general, what do you guys think of white?
I'm not a fan.
I don't
I
like.
think it's gonna get dirty quickly and
I don't-
look like crap.
It should be. It's okay if it's white, but it should be all white or like all black. I don't understand the black and white.
Yeah, the two-tone thing or
Yeah.
like whatever. That's kind of odd.
It
to
does
me.
look like. Have you seen the fan mock-ups of like
It looks
special
like
editions ones?
Yeah.
Is the special edition the ones that people have made look much better than the
I
actual?
saw a very nice mock-up of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a DualShock 4 controller put on like football shoulder pads.
It does kind of look like that. I saw somebody say that it looks like a tank top, and I can't unsee it.
Oh, great. I love tank tops. You watch my live streams if you want to see tank tops.
I don't think white ever looks good after a certain while. Like it looks good only when you first buy it, and
And if
then
you never
it gets
use it.
dirty. Yeah,
What product would you use to clean a controller? Like
probably
a white controller.
Would it be the? What's it
probably
called?
some
The alcohol?
cotton swabs.
Some cotton swabs.
Yep,
Would you use any liquid?
some isopropyl
Oh, you
alcohol.
use some isopropyl alcohol.
At least 91% or higher, because
And they can
anything
find-
lower has too high of a water content,
my
and that can
God.
actually corrode your
And
electronics.
The fans can find that on your merch store, right?
No. No one is selling isopropyl nowadays. You can't find anything
It's,
from anyone.
Oh man,
Game Pack
okay.
branded.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
Although I do have a case of it because
Oh my god!
yeah,
Whatever.
it's so
he bought
good
it,
for
but he bought it
electronics.
before he wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean?
Yes,
He
I
bought
bought
it when
it
it was okay.
in like January before. Yeah,
Before we
everything.
knew. All right, so what kind of predictions can be made about the PlayStation 5 console itself based on this controller? What do you think, guys?
It's gonna be white,
Yeah,
which
it
is
has to be
weird.
white.
Mm-hmm.
There's never been a white PlayStation, right?
Special editions. Yeah,
There's
a
the
white.
gray. There's the gray.
The Destiny one's white.
Is
The
it?
PlayStation 4
I don't know about
Destiny
that one,
one.
but they've definitely
I
made
think-
white. Maybe more in Japan.
I think there's a white
they're like
PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be international though. Yeah,
There's definitely
what
a white
about
one.
like
There's been a
like,
white PS2. I know that.
It's
like
gonna
old
have
school
PS3.
like PS1 Classic? Like didn't
PS1
they
class.
do-
That was gray though. That was like gray.
It was gray.
Yeah,
They
it
made
was a
they
lighter
made
gray
they
than
made
the
a-
typical
a
gray, but-
PS1 edition too of the PS4.
Yeah, they had the
gray.
anniversary edition.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, because I have the controller for that. I'm showing it.
and it's like gray.
It's gray. Yeah.
All right, cool.
yeah. If you want your product to look bad in a month, just make it glossy white. Everyone will love
I don't think
it.
it's gloss. It's probably matte.
Yeah, I hope it's matte. That'll help a little bit, but
My OG 360 looks bad. Like it's white, but it's
my
it's
OG
off color
360 looks really bad because I pulled it out of a dusty bin at Goodwill and then jammed some memory cards into it. The thing is a monstrosity.
I mean, I do like the white look. It's very clean.
Yeah.
And like black, like the black consoles get dusty, so they kind of.
I mean, the white one will also get dusty. You just
Yeah.
can't see it. I think it's gonna not be fully white. I think
be
it'll be like
Two-toned.
two-tone.
Yeah, there's gonna be 5 layers.
I Yeah. Let's say, what is the
Pro has
PS4
3.
Pro 3? Yeah. So we need at least 2 more.
The middle
hold
two
those
can be white,
teraflops.
and then the outer ones can be.
Yeah, it can just be like a sandwich at this point. Like just the outside is white with the bread, and then
It's actually going to be 6 because it's going to be 2 PS4 Pros put together.
Oh my gosh!
I would love to see like 5 tiers, and each tier is its own backward compatibility hardware.
That would
PS1,
Oh, that's cool. It's got its
PS2.
own disk drive.
Yeah, yep.
Heck yeah, I'd buy that thing.
That'd be like $2,000, but sure.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't buy it if it was $2,000, but if it was like $650, $700, I'd buy that. Oh gosh, I can't even think about how much this stuff's gonna cost to come Christmas.
But you know what you could do? You could save your stimulus check and put it towards that.
Don't you have to pay it back?
Nah, I think that's
if you
false.
if you make over a certain amount, you pay it back.
I think you have to pay it back.
I don't think you have to pay it back.
Anyways, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other predictions for the console itself? Visually,
It's got blue flames on it.
I think it might have blue accent lights on it, just like the controller was.
Yeah, I think it'll have
The
accent.
PS4 has blue accent lights too.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they change. I hope they make a better button.
Oh,
I don't like that you can't see anything.
Yeah, it's hard.
Am I old and just can't see, or is it like literally I go up to it and I'm just like, what? Where's the eject button? It's like I can't see it, man. Just like make it a color. Like let me eject my disc, bro.
Yeah. I have my doubts as to what I'm gonna say next, but I really hope that we can charge the controller independently of the system.
You can do that now, okay?
You can do that. You just
Yeah,
get like
you just need
a
a wall.
brick.
Yeah, you need a wall brick.
Kind of. I mean, because like I tried plugging my PS4 controller using the same cord as I do for the PS4 into the wall, and it just doesn't work. Maybe I have the wrong adapter or something, but it works. Everything is the same except I'm plugging it into the PS4 and it charges, and it doesn't elsewhere. And the PS3 was the same way. It doesn't play nicely with other things. Just let me charge it from anywhere.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just make a habit. That's what I do. I'm done playing. I walk up to my PS4, plug it in.
That's what I have to do. I have to go across the room instead of next to me where I've dedicated ports to charge
I play
things.
until it's dead, and then I plug it in and I keep playing.
My cord's too short.
Because it's got USB-C, but it'll be meaningless.
Anymore. It's really just like at my desk.
That's true.
Yeah. The USB-C is going to be meaningless if it's proprietary directly to the console anyway. So, yeah.
All right, final thoughts on PS5 controller. Actually, when do you think we're going to see the PS5? E3?
Did you see the E3 said they're not doing a digital thing?
They said they were, though.
I'm pretty sure I saw something saying they're not doing it.
It's up to like the companies to decide if they're doing something.
But yeah, we'll probably see it around June. I think June sounds about right.
I mean, they gotta show it to us eventually. It's going on sale in December.
November 1st. Here you go.
Dude,
this
imagine they just ship boxes that are just completely black and just say PS5
oh my
and
God,
white.
that would be amazing, actually.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. How it looks doesn't matter all that much
Yeah.
to most gamers, I feel like.
I think we touched on that a little bit last time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to me, like I was saying last time, like it matters like the Switch matters because you have to like hold it and look at it. But like my PS4 Pro just sits, man.
Why are they being so cagey about it?
I don't know. Why they're like I feel like they're intimidated by Microsoft.
They want to don't they want to like undercut each other with the price?
Yeah, but like, how does that affect you showing the console?
I don't know. But all the specs have been revealed, so it's like people can price that out how they want.
I just
They're
hope
gonna be
it's
$500
stackable.
a pop. Like that, there's no getting around it. They're each gonna be $500.
I think they're both gonna be 600.
600.
Yep.
In this economy, dude, that would be awful.
Get a second job.
They're cramming.
You can't even get one job.
They're cramming all sorts of tech. There's no way we're getting a steal of a deal on these things.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd be shocked if it's 400. If it's 400, I'd be.
If it's 400, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. There's no way it's gonna be $400. The Switch is $300.
But the PS4
that thing is
Pro in
piece of
2016 came
crap.
out at $400.
Yeah, PS4 Pro is $400. Xbox One X was $400. They're dropping those prices to $300. So,
I don't think they want to pull a PS3 like they did. $600, please.
Leave
Get
a
a
comment
second
down
job.
below if you want to buy my PS4 Pro or my Xbox One. I'm selling them. All right, let's move on to a short break. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll take a short break.
Hey, you guys miss me yet? Mr. Rossetti here with an announcement. On Saturday, April 18th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, the Game Pack is hosting an Animal Crossing live stream where they're going to visit each other's islands and they're going to have a good old time. If you guys don't come to this live stream and hang out, I'm gonna come to your island and I'm gonna yell at you from sun up till sundown. You won't get anything done, your turnips are gonna rot, and you're gonna have a bad time. Alright, see you at the live stream.
And we're back. The ESRB has a new label for loot boxes. So the ESRB, or the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, if you did not know, which basically they self-regulate the ratings of video games to keep like government involvement out of it, so that they don't rate the games for us or say that they basically are trying to. The gaming industry is trying to regulate themselves. So they will mark a game, those E's and the T's and the M's, that's all done by people who work at the ESRB, and they rate the games. So they announced a new label today, which is the little things underneath the E and the T and the M's that say mild violence or alcohol use and stuff like that, so that parents or consumers can know what's going to be in the game they're buying for their child, not just the age rack. They're like, oh, well, I don't mind if my kid plays T-rated games, but actually I really don't want him to be exposed to people who are using alcohol, so I'm not going to let him play this game. So they've made a new label, and it is, what is the specific wording, guys?
Random items.
Random items. So
which is under in-game purchases, which is already
so this has to be for things that you actually purchase, right? Not because some games have random items, but you unlock
by
them without...
killing a boss.
Yeah.
Or even
drops.
Yeah, it means random items by doing an in-game purchase.
Yeah, it's in parentheses under in-game purchases. So in-game purchases has been around. That basically just means that you can have microtransactions in a game, but now they have further added this other definition, which says includes random items. It's going to be assigned to any game that offers to purchase digital goods or premiums with real-world currency, or virtual coins that you already bought with in-game currency. You know how this stuff works. Anyways, so I wanted to ask you guys, do you think this was a reaction to the government getting more involved with the loot boxes and microtransactions? Like in Australia, it's been a really big deal. Here in the United States, it's been a really big deal. Do you think that this is them being like, we're regulating it, we're doing what we say? Why or why not?
I mean, it's definitely a reactionary thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the issue with it in the government was is this considered gambling?
Yeah.
And, this, I guess they acknowledge that it's in the game, but it doesn't really... It doesn't prevent anything from happening. These companies could still put them in the game and have, a 0.0001% chance of getting one item. It's just more informative, but it does seem like a Band-Aid that they want to put on to get the government off their back.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I think it's short of government agencies coming in and saying you cannot have gambling in video games and banning that type of thing. What can be done?
I mean, they would just have to ban the randomness of it. They could have microtransactions.
is that argument valid that it's gambling? Because it's not like you are getting something random that you can go exchange for real money after that.
Yeah, like not technically, but I also feel like that like other places have different definitions for what gambling is, which is why I think it's a bigger deal in Australia than it is here.
Yeah.
But I'm just I'm just basing that off of like 4 or 5 articles that I've read and like gleaned that like that's the way they're leaning. But like I don't know, like I don't sit down with like a book of Australian law, so I can't tell you that's like for sure that's what's going on.
I mean, it's like a slot machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not guaranteed to win in a slot machine, but you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, like the fake kind of gambling. Because when they re-released like the Pokemon Virtual Console games, they had to bump them up to E10 Plus because they changed the casino.
Well, they don't even have it in the Let's Go games.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is, I think it was like after like Diamond and Pearl or whatever, but they changed it so that if there's gambling in the game, you cannot rate the game in E. It has to be E10 plus. So when it came out again on the Virtual Console, they had to rate it as E10 plus. When
these 10-year-olds are allowed to to gamble.
Yeah, last time I was at a casino, I just saw a bunch of 10-year-olds at the slot machines trying to line up tentacles. But yeah, I mean, I think it is a reaction to like all the regulation and like all of the like trying to get it banned, because I think these companies want to continue to have this as a source of revenue, and the ESRB is they do want to protect the consumer, but they're also representing all the game companies, so they're trying to like make everybody happy. So they're like, well, consumers like here's this thing, but then I guess my next question is, do you think that's the best way to go about like informing consumers on gacha mechanics / loot boxes? Like, is like what do you guys think should be done? Do you think it's just like putting a sticker on a game? Like, that's not fixing anything.
Yeah,
I feel like most,
in my opinion,
most parents don't look at the sticker, and
I feel like a lot do actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think most don't, but a decent amount do still. Those who are looking will be informed regarding it because it now is on the sticker. But if they're not looking at the sticker, it's not going to help anyway. So it is helping those who look at the sticker. And short of redesigning the entire system as to putting out this type of information that's on the sticker, they'd have to like redo all of it if they're going to, I mean, like find a better way.
Dude, imagine if they had to do it like cigarettes in like certain countries,
big warning
where like the warning is the whole label. Yeah. And like imagine that you buy it and then you have to like pull the insert out of the package to like have your game cover, where it's like, this is everything that's in this. But like movies don't do that, but they also don't steal your money.
Yeah, I mean, onus has to fall on the parents to some extent. But the information's there. They know where to look, and they can do that if they want to.
But it is a problem. Like gambling, you get a gambling addiction.
Like you can get addicted to this type.
Yeah, we've seen it, like where people spend thousands of dollars on these gacha mechanics, and they don't get what they want, or they spend thousands of dollars just to get what they want. So it's definitely a problem, and I think there has to be some way of regulating it.
Yeah,
I'd love to see, like, instead of gacha mechanics, like, have it be somewhat skill based, so there's at least a little more influence as to what you might be able to get.
That's true. If you're playing like a shooter, and then you buy a loot box, then the loot box drops, and then 5 targets shoot out of it in random order, and if you can shoot all 5 targets, you get the ultra rare item.
Yeah, that'd be an amazing way to do it.
I feel like some games do that. Like, you get better rewards the better you perform.
What games?
Pokemon Go. There's so like in the Go Battle League, which is the way you can like rank and battle each other, they do like a free route, which gets you like a certain set of rewards. Like you can get like one of this, and then an encounter all the way at the end. But if like you use a raid pass, you get more of the things and you get more items the more you win.
But you know what you're getting?
No.
Oh.
It's like it pulls from a pool of stuff.
That kind of reminds me as well of like in Breath of the Wild, the Hylian shield. The rating will actually be higher on the Hylian shield if you wait longer and progress further in order to get it. It's more likely to be a higher rating when you do eventually pick it up.
Oh, because like everything kind of scales up, like the enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
So the item does too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's an interesting fun fact. But yeah, gotcha mechanics.
So I'm probably the one that I've bought loot boxes a lot. I don't know if you guys have done it, but
my experience with microtransactions in games is playing trading card games online. So like you'll open it and you'll get a card pack, but the thing that's okay about like, let's say Magic the Gathering, for example, is the one I played the most recently, is that you're guaranteed to get like a rarer card, or if you don't get a rare card, you get like a point towards a rare card.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comment can eviscerate me because I probably explained that very poorly. That's fine, but like that's you guys can understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
like
I mean that's weird because like all card games are like that, like Pokemon, Hearthstone. Like they're not considered loot boxes, but they are, like they're blind packs, right? Like,
yeah,
you don't
the whole
know
thing blind packs. Yeah, they used to, the old Magic the Gathering used to have like an auction house in it, and you could like put cards up and like buy them for real money, with just like and it's like I don't see any problem with that because that's how the real Magic the Gathering game is. If you pull a card that's worth a ton of money, you put it on eBay and sell it if that's not part of the set you're trying to build.
Yeah.
Like, and then use that money to buy a card that you need. Like I did that like, I don't know, 5 years ago when I was playing Magic more hardcore, like, because there are places to play Magic in New York and I just haven't really looked in California. Also, I'm a creepy old man. I kind of don't want to.
There's a bunch of like even like in PA, like around me, there's like all these stores that are people play Magic, and
it's a fun game.
Online auction house for digital goods could be an interesting implementation.
So Diablo 3 tried that.
Yeah,
really?
That did not last long at all.
Did not go well. Well, I mean, there's also like games have done it.
Okay.
The most relevant one is CS:GO. Counter-Strike.
Oh.
And like people are spending thousands of dollars on a skin for a knife.
I mean if they know what they're getting and they know what they're spending, it's up to them.
Like there's a whole economy in that game.
That's cool. I don't want to be a part of that economy.
Yeah, I know. It's just fascinating that like games have done this. Like they've had digital marketplaces. A Diablo, I forget why that one flopped, but it definitely it did.
I think it was getting flack. I think they took it down because like it was just like not being well received by like all types of parties.
I'm all for if you want to spend money on something that you know that you're gonna get like if you know what the weapon skin is, like, and you want it, then yeah, sure, pay money for it. But the blind packs and the loot boxes, I don't like them too much.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, microtransactions aren't going away anytime soon, so buy your V-Bucks, kids.
Use code Johniibo 2006 in the Adam Show.
Oh my god. All right, moving on to our last full story of the day, and then always we do like to end our show with the new games that are coming out, what we've been playing, but we got one more big story to talk about, and that's just a rumor. Resident Evil 4, the GameCube exclusive, it never came out anywhere else.
One of the Capcom 5. It's one of the Capcom 5.
I love it that like in the upper right hand corner it said only for GameCube, and then like for like how long
the next
before
year
it came out?
or the next 3 months.
It was on like everything. So rumors are circulating that the next Capcom remake is going to be Resident Evil 4, which would make sense because they've had great success with 2 and 3. The Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes you guys wrote it for me. The remakes have been successful, selling 6.5 million, and Resident Evil 3's been out for like a week, and it's selling over 2 million copies. Resident Evil 4 has been ported to pretty much every modern console. What do you guys think? What do you think could benefit from a remake? Do you think this game could benefit from a remake like Resident Evil 2 and 3?
Am I the only one that has played it? Well, Phil, you played it, right?
I played it, yeah.
I haven't played it.
So Resident Evil 4 is widely regarded as probably the best one, right? Like, it's regarded as a masterpiece. One of the best games ever made.
Or as Donkey would say, a masterpiece.
But it is considered like the best Resident Evil game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I could see, like, so I heard for the Resident Evil 3 remake, they took a lot of stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping what they could do with the Resident Evil 4 one is just take the tank controls out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then just have better graphics. Like, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, done. That is what I would want from that game. Is that it was already pretty great. Like, I loved the story. I loved the "What are you buying? What are you selling?" I love that merchant. I just love that he said that every single time without fail. That game is just so good. It's a ridiculous story about saving the president's daughter. It's like I would love to see like the treatment that RE2 and RE3 got for that game, because I don't have nostalgia for 2 or 3. Because I didn't have PlayStation 1, so I don't really care. Other than the fact that like they got such great reviews, and number 2 is I think 50% off right now.
Is it?
It's number 2 is really good.
Yeah, 2 is amazing. Like, the second remake is amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then what did we just give number 3?
I gave 3 a 7.
Gave it a 7.
It's still like it's a fun experience, but like there's not much to it. It's only 6 hours.
Yeah.
And Nemesis is kind of annoying at times.
But yeah, this game 4 was long, if I can recall.
It's probably like 20 hours.
It definitely could.
And there was so much replayability. They had like the mercenary mode, and you can unlock infinite ammo for rocket launcher and a magnum. I played that game to death. Like, that was one of my favorite games on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's one of the best games on the GameCube.
Yeah, that's true. There's not many on the game.
Ow! Whoa!
There's not many games on the GameCube.
Whoa! There's plenty of great games on the GameCube.
I mean, Sunshine.
Am I wrong?
Wind Waker.
No, GameCube has like a lot of amazing games.
Yeah. Full stop, because we're gonna get into some other territory. But we can actually use this time, if we want to talk about other games, we totally can. Because are there other titles you wish Capcom would remake instead of Resident Evil 4? Well, how about not instead of Resident Evil 4? How about just also?
In addition.
Okay.
Yeah.
In addition.
How about just
I've
also?
got 3 games I'd like to see.
Let's go.
I played through Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation Classic, and I know it's been remade, but apparently they didn't get rid of tank controls. So I just want a remake that doesn't have tank controls. And maybe full camera.
They should just put everything, like, they should just do all the Resident Evil games and put it in this engine.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a really nice solution. 2 other things. 1942. It's like an overhead shmup. Like, you're an airplane, you're shooting them down.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see like a modern day, like, retelling of that. That'd be really cool. Updated graphics. They do have a port of it on Switch from early on in the Switch's life, but it's just a straight port of the game.
Is that
and
from,
it's
like,
a fun
the
game.
Neo Geo collection?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Neo
yeah.
Geo.
And then the other one is Steel Battalion. Steel Battalion is this insane game. It's basically a mech simulator. You are in this
giant controller.
Yeah, you're in this giant mech suit, and they released like a multi-panel control unit for it, and they go for hundreds of dollars these days. So they're prohibitively expensive, but it looks like it could be a cool game to try. But you're not going to try it if you don't have several $100s. So
there was either a sequel or a remake or something that came out a few years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was called though.
And I don't think they had the panel, did they? Because
I feel like I remember seeing something about a crazy controller for it.
okay, because yeah, that'd be something to try. Like put something on like that on sale and give people a way to try that. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they should just put it on PC and then let people who have like a million monitors and a mouse and keyboard just play it. Like, why not? They do that with like racing games. Like you just
That's
play
true.
it.
The wide display.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I'm investing into the ecosystem of that type of game, and it's even more prohibitively expensive instead of. I don't know. I mean, yes, that's definitely an option.
It probably was not that profitable for them because, like,
I
who's gonna
suppose.
buy like one big system, like this one big controller for one game and never use
Yeah.
it again?
Imagine releasing it for Switch and having a feature that you can put multiple Switch tablets for each window. You could have like 12 tablets and make a decent sized window.
But then you're
might
play the
buying
game.
12 Switches.
Yeah, you might be able to get 60 frames solid with 12 switches.
Wow.
Ugh. Those are my picks.
I'm gonna go with. I guess it would be cool to see. I know we have the Mega Man X collection, but I think it'd be cool to see the Mega Man X games like in 16:9 with like just a more modern art style. Not modern art style, but I guess just like pixel art that's not just like blown up, like
Yeah.
made to be like displayed on 4K, but like nothing else touched. Just 16:9 pixel art that is made to be rendered in 4K, and that's it. I don't want like any other thing because they have a port, or not a port, a remake of it's like Mega Man X, like Mavericks or something, and it's a 2.5D style of Mega Man X1 on the PSP, and it is disgusting to look at, and I hate it. And I want my money back, even though I spent like $1.99 on it. Then I definitely want, speaking of Resident Evil, Code Veronica was my first Resident Evil game. So I really want a remake of Code Veronica.
They already have Claire like rendered. Like, why not just use it?
Yeah, just do it. I like that game a lot because I was so young and I was playing on Dreamcast. It was so hard. Like I'd like for it, like a modern and then adult me to play that game. I think that would be really enjoyable. And then I guess lastly, I'll just round it out with I'll pick Ghosts and Goblins on the NES.
No, dude, Super Ghosts and Goblins.
Super
Ghouls and Ghosts. Super Ghouls and Ghosts?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
The one on SNES?
The SNES one.
The SNES
or
one.
or Power Stone. I have a lot of them. I had to pull up the list, but Power Stone. Two of mine were Dreamcast games. So I don't know if you guys know this, but
You like
I'm
Dreamcast?
one of the biggest Dreamcast fans in the world who doesn't own a Dreamcast.
I'm telling you, I could send you one.
Hey, listen. Maybe if we weren't in if we weren't in trying times. All right, who's next?
I haven't really played that many Capcom games. I did play like the first Resident Evil, and I didn't really enjoy the tank control. So it'd be kind of cool if they like just put all those in the same engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
in a package, that'd be cool. Just 1 through 6, one package.
I don't know if they'd ever do that, but that'd be cool. And maybe the Zelda titles. I don't know if that. Really counts.
Where'd you get that idea, friend? Who gave you that idea?
Just popped into my head.
Oh, weird. Which Zelda titles are you referring to?
Well, I didn't really ever. Well, I kind of played the Oracle games, but like it'd be kind of cool to actually play them. And I like the Minish Cap. I played that all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So,
would you want them in like the style of Awakening, or would you want them just remastered top down?
The Oracle ones like Awakening. I don't know what they could do with Minish Cap though, because it's like Toon Link.
Yeah, it would have to be Toon Link
like
top down.
Maybe they could do a cell shaded type deal.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rad. Maybe they can get that to run at 60 frames.
Oh God.
Listen, man.
Link's Awakening is kind of a chugger.
It chugs. But it looks pretty though.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 is Capcom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need it's about time we get a remake of that.
There is one.
There's 100 remakes of Street Fighter 2.
Plus, there is one that was like one of the first games to come out on the Switch. It's called Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
It's all hand drawn, beautiful game.
I think Street Fighter 2 is like half of Capcom's library at this point.
my
The
God.
various
It's Street
iterations.
Fighter 2 and Resident Evil 4. That's their money makers right there.
Well, that's why Street Fighter 2 is like the best-selling, or was the best-selling fighting game until Ultimate took it over. It's because they just have 6 gajillion versions of it. All right, we're running out of time. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts on Resident Evil 4 Remake or Capcom in general?
I will buy it. I don't care.
I'm buying it.
Remake
I want it. Remake it. I'll buy it. This is my pre-order. Okay, so let's move on to the new games and what we've been playing. We've got. I just hit my mic there, Cam. If you were wondering who just said it. On April 14th, we've got Fallout 76 Wastelanders expansion. All right, for the 12 people still playing Fallout 76.
That's still doing stuff. What?
Wow, they're trying to fix it. Maybe trying to No Man's Sky it on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. On April 16th, we've got Hellpoint coming to PC, Overcooked 2, the Gourmet Edition, coming to PC. Super fun game. And Save Your Nuts coming to PC, Xbox One, and Switch. I don't think I could just read that in a normal voice. All right, now let's move on to what we've been playing. There's only 4 new games coming out this week, which is awesome for me. Let's move on to what we've been playing. Camilo, what have you been playing?
So I've been diving headfirst into Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm about 12 hours in. I think I think I know how many chapters there are. I think I'm close to halfway.
Okay.
But oh my god, this game is so amazing. It's I haven't beat it yet, but I feel like this is gonna be like my favorite remake of all time, because it's just like everything looks like so detailed. Like all of the world looks so massive, and I love it that it's so familiar, but there's a lot of new stuff to experience, because the story is there from what I've experienced, but they just they're adding a lot of backstory to characters, and you know more about certain characters. I don't know, it's really cool.
Nice.
And there's a lot of little references to the old game that are really cool. Sweet. Combat's amazing. Oh my gosh.
I'm just surprised it's out.
Well, it's out.
It is out. John, once they let me out of my house, I'll get you this game.
Right. Whatever. I got a bunch of games to play through, so.
All right. Dan, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a ton of Animal Crossing. It's such a good game. Oh my gosh. I made a tea room in my house. It's amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to see it on our live stream.
Yes,
on
live
Saturday.
stream. Saturday.
Yeah.
3:00 Pacific. I just hit my mic again. 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern. Guys, mark your calendar this Saturday. We're going to do Animal Crossing live stream.
Yep. Phil got a little preview the other day, but I've changed it dramatically since you've been there. Yeah, other than Animal Crossing, I finally finished Assassin's Creed. I think the franchise run took from the start of the first game to the end of the last game 2 months to the day.
Wow.
I beat them all. I'm so glad to move on to something else. So I get to start Metal Gear Solid 3 this week. I'm really excited about that.
Well, it was supposed to take you 15 years.
Oh, I'm so glad that it didn't.
Is that series really 15 years old?
Yeah, it came out when I was in college.
2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, binging back to back to back to back to back is not a good idea. I would not recommend it.
Well, that's not a good idea
Just
for
saying.
anything, really.
Yeah. Food, television. All right, so John, what have you been up to?
I've been playing Animal Crossing as well. I just got the ability to terraform today, so I'm super pumped about that.
Nice.
Nice.
I started making a little orchard, so I'm excited.
Cool.
And then I'm trying to play through some games on my Switch that I've never touched before.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought Transistor when it was on sale.
Yep.
And I played an hour of it. The game's awesome. The battle system is so interesting. It's like a turn-based action RPG. Like you can
Yeah,
freeze
it's
time.
like it's kind of like it's almost like a strategy game.
Yeah, you can like plan out your attacks, you can plan
Mhm.
out your movements, and the soundtrack is amazing. The
art is amazing.
The
a
art's
lot-
amazing.
It's a pretty darn good game.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Transistor is made by Supergiant Games, and they make Bastion, which was highly acclaimed years ago, and they also have like 2 other games, Pyre and Hades, and I love it so far. It's really good. And then I have only beaten 2 games this year, and one of them is Resident Evil 3,
which you have a review of.
which I have a review up. I gave it a 7 because it was fun. I'm glad I played through it, but there wasn't much to it. Like it was 6 hours.
If you guys watch the review that's on the Game Pack channel, you'll get to know all of his thoughts on that game.
Exactly.
I have a quick question for John regarding Animal Crossing and terraforming. Have you resisted the urge to just make fake bridges everywhere?
Oh yeah, I like the brick bridge that you could buy.
Nice.
So I'm trying. It's gonna take me forever to like get it to where I want it to be, because I have no money right now. I invested all my money in turnips, so hopefully I don't lose all my money in the turnip market.
Hopefully you'll have money by the end of the week.
Yeah.
All right, I've also been playing Animal Crossing. I finished Bunny Day.
Oh God.
I did everything. I built all the things, and I'm not better for it. I'll just say
the
that.
horrifying looking things.
I'm not better for completing Bunny Day, and we'll let you know later this week. Right? That's what
I was able to catch.
Yep.
I was able to catch a turtle for once.
Possibly. I don't know. It might be live.
Oh yeah, it might already exist. Our thoughts on Bunny Day might already exist by the time this goes up on Thursday. All right, so I'm also playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I need to really quick complain about running out of time, but there is a thing in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 which requires your blades, and I'm just going to call them Pokemon for the sense of everyone understanding what's happening. You basically have a team of Pokemon on your team, and they have abilities, and you use them, and you fight, and blah, 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 blah. I'm 70 hours into this game.
Oh my God.
And they introduce HMs, basically. They basically introduce HMs, and I don't have the blades that know those abilities, so I need to go back to the beginning of the game to grind to maybe open up basically, let's say, crack eggs, for lack of a better term, crack eggs to get Pokemon, and then just hope that those Pokemon know those HMs upon birth.
I mean, you like shiny hunting.
I did. I did before
I
I got locked in my house.
That should not be an integral part of the game. Like, you shouldn't have to do it.
Absolutely not. I am at the end. I can see the evil man on the other side of this thing, and they're like, why don't you jump across? And I'm just like, because I can't. I don't know how. I leveled up all these Pokemon. Why is this not good enough? And like complaining about JRPGs, I want to throw that in there. Like, are you?
Oh boy.
So,
are you
all right, you were
kidding me?
enjoying it for a while. Now,
I
do you
was
not
enjoying
like
it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, like 40, 50 hours of just like, oh, I figured it out. This game's awesome. And they were like, haha, nope, you still hate this game. So
That sums up my Assassin's Creed Odyssey experience really well as well.
Some games do, they go too long. There's games that are just long that don't need to be that long.
Lastly, if I could please plug my Twitch channel. Guys, I am playing Just Dance 2020 every day, 2 hours a day, until they let me out of my house. So, I did it for 3 hours on Monday, and then on Sunday, and today's Monday of the taping. I did it for 2 hours. I'll probably do it around like 2 to 4 o'clock every day to get my cardio in. Come make fun of me while I like learn to do these dances and just sweat uncontrollably. Come pick some songs. There's like 1,000 songs. Camilo, you were watching earlier.
Yeah. I think it's like 500 in the 500. Unlimited, and then there's like 40 more in the game actually.
Yeah. So it's a lot, and it's funny. I danced to Psy Gangnam Style, and I got a really high score, and I was proud of myself. Anyways, that's it. That'd be really awesome if you guys could check that out. It would mean a lot to me. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and ring the notification bell. You can also check out the audio version of this podcast on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes. Join our Discord to keep in touch with us, especially during these socially isolating times. We would love to talk with you guys. If you're having a hard time, anything, let us know. We're here for you. Just talk to us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We post every day. These links can be found in the description. Also, our personal channels can be found in the description. Check us out because we're all making stuff on our own as well. Camilo, you just uploaded a very sexy unboxing video. And John, on his personal channel, just made a video about Transistor. And Dan's been streaming over on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch and uploading YouTube videos, tutorials.
Just hit 2,000 followers on Twitch.
Yeah, you just hit 2,000, so GG. So
GG.
So yeah, we're definitely all keeping busy during these trying times. So thanks again for watching, guys. Please check us out on our various platforms, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.